It is a parent-teacher conference time, and you might be wondering, though, how can I make that time with, the teacher more productive? So here are some helpful questions to ask in parent-teacher conferences, especially if you're trying to identify potential learning struggles. So number one would be, how is my child performing against grade level expectations, right? And get specific. How are they performing in reading? How are they performing in math or writing or reading comprehension? This helps you gauge if there are specific areas where your child's falling behind. Secondly, can you provide examples for me of my child's strengths and weaknesses in different subjects? This can be a really helpful question because it allows you to understand, where your child really excels, but also where they need improvement. And I think asking that question, a lot of times teachers are always positive, which, that's good, but we also want an honest evaluation of our child. Third, are there any specific skills or concepts my child's struggling with? And that's important because math, for example, it's a big subject, right? There's things like math facts and there's problem solving. So, maybe your child's okay in math, but your teacher will share, in word problems, he or she are struggling. Or my child's really a fluent reader, but maybe they're having a hard time comprehending and remembering what they've read. So get really specific. Fourth, does my child seem to grasp concepts taught in class, or do they need further explanation? So basically ask them, is your child catching on the first time? As your child gets to more difficult grade levels, it becomes harder for teachers to provide that more one-on-one assistance to grasp concepts, and you want to get at that sooner than later. Fifth, how does my child handle assignments and homework? Are they completing them on time? Is the homework done, to a good level? Is it meeting expectations? Especially as if you have a child approaching middle school or in middle school, this can give you a sense of their organizational skills, their time management skills, their ability to plan, prioritize, which ultimately becomes critical. Does your child show signs of frustration or anxiety about schoolwork? This can also demonstrate that academics is difficult. What we see all the time is when kids struggle with motivation or they have anxiety or feel overwhelmed, there's often cognitive skill weaknesses that are driving that and making school hard, right? And so now what can happen too is your teacher may not see that in the classroom. We hear all the time, parents hear wonderful stories about their children in school, but then homework is a battle at home. And that's not uncommon because they feel safe with you and they've been able to keep it together during the school day. And by the time they get home, it's like, I don't want to do this, right? So it often shows up as motivation issues and anxiety when school's hard. And that is an area that we can help with to do an assessment to figure that out for you. So hopefully these are questions that will make your conferences much more productive this year.